you. Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Al Anderson. I don't know. I could find out. I mean, no. Well,
Yeah, I know.
Glenn's the one that sets it up, but Al's the guy that was here with the white shirt, the previous guy. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Busy with the storm, the electrical wires, everything.
Sign in thing. People who want to speak.
Oh,
I don't see it.
Not like you get down the house, or like yourself,
Yeah,
like the
I
staff, they're like trying to get back up here. You know, it's a pain.
It's on.
How's summer been, John?
Yeah, busy, running around.
My wife's like, I could see your plates go, that's John's car. He doesn't drive like a Jaguar. I go, his wife probably does.
No, that's it. Fords. My wife's got a 10-year-old Volvo. Loves the car.
That's awesome.
I got over that stuff. There's more important things to do with a couple of bucks.
You know, I've never been.
How's your world?
I've never had a really nice.
Busy but romantic. As of today with the damn wires falling across all the lanes at 80.
That's the nicest car I ever had.
I just like, I gotta confess one thing. I like big cars.
Yeah.
I like something that'll.
I did have a Ford F-150 when we lived in North Carolina, and I did love that.
I think they build the Explorer on the
So that's the high power
Yeah, they do.
engine wires,
the big
they
ones, right?
just like drop, yeah. And they don't
car
know what it was, but
expensive.
the heat,
I mean, you know,
or so,
I got everything in the
Big
car.
one,
bake something,
Yep.
You can see one on the 80.
yeah,
Got a lot of room to throw.
That was close both ways. I thought it was just because of the fire.
and, they drop right across.
That's crazy.
That's what was put out.
Holy cow.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. Flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence to remember the service and sacrifices of the armed service members who protect our nation and the first responders who protect our neighborhoods. Mr. Mayor.
Council President, I'd also like to add, I learned earlier today, a longtime member of our community, Phyllis Auerbach, passed away. For those of you who know Phyllis and her longtime friend, Joy Weinrich, who recently also passed away, were volunteer Meals on Wheels drivers and just did a lot of service to our community. And I know she didn't live in Rockaway any longer, but for a long time, you know, her and Joy did so much for our community. So I just wanted to recognize Phyllis's passing.
Thank you. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn.
Here.
Councilman Quinn.
Here.
Councilman Friedlander.
Here.
Councilman Brooks. Councilwoman Noon.
Here.
Councilman Salberg.
Here.
Councilwoman Brooks. Councilman Vojtovich.
Here.
Vice President Sackett.
Here.
President Kretz.
Here. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Daily Record and Star Ledger, the official newspapers for the Township of Rockaway, on April 6, 2022. Notice was posted on the official bulletin boards of Rockaway Township. Moving on to item number 6, approval of the minutes. There are 4 sessions here, June 14th, 2022, regular and executive.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I needed to change the executive session minutes. I don't know if you want to vote on those separate. There's 2 changes that I have to make.
What are the changes? Are they, can they be public?
They can be public. So, the members present didn't include Councilman Quinn for the executive session.
Okay.
And Brian Coward, the purchasing agent, was in attendance.
Okay. That was for the June 14th executive?
Correct.
Okay. Can I have a motion to make the adjustments as noted?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn? Or, excuse me, excuse me, Councilman Freeland?
Yes.
I'm sorry, this is just to approve
Just approve.
the changes, and then we'll go and approve all
Yep,
four.
yes.
Okay. Councilwoman Noon?
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich?
Yes.
Councilman Salberg?
Yes.
Vice President Kritz? Or, excuse me, Vice President Sackett?
Yes.
President Kritz?
Yes, that's 7 yeses. Okay, so moving on to approval of the minutes as amended for all 4 sessions. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes.
Councilman Freelander?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon?
Yes.
Councilman Salberg?
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich?
Yes.
Vice President Sackett?
Yes.
President Kritz?
Yes, that is 7 yeses. Motion passes. Moving on to agenda item number 7, open to the public. For those who have not attended before, I will call your name if you are filled out on the sheet. If you didn't fill out the sheet, no worries, we will check afterwards. I'll call you up to the microphone. You'll state your name and address for the record, and you will get a period of 3 minutes to speak. Please be advised that there's no back and forth. It's not a question and answer period. It's merely just for your statement. Mr. Timmons. Well, yeah, so if he's going to speak, you're going to get 3 minutes. If you want to speak, you should go separately. So just you come up. Mr. DeCamp, so you're security for him.
Yes. Ryan Candle, 126 Oak Street, Rockaway Township. We've been dealing with an issue with girls' basketball since last July. Apparently, they like to slide in coaches without the proper protocol as far as applying directly with the program. The gentleman to my right applied, never got an email back, aside from 5 other parents who never got replies either. So there's an ongoing issue here with the program as far as integrity goes. And on top of that, there's no meetings. There's no legitimate board. There's no minutes or tax issue on their website. And there's no dispute process where we brought this issue up plenty of times in the past where we knew this man would be the coach a year in advance because he'd announced it to us. We're just looking to meet with someone. We have 2 grievances, 1 each, with the CRC. We're not sure what's going to happen with that. I know that's a process, but we believe that it goes beyond the CRC and the integrity of the program. That's in question. I have a sheet here with the last 10 years worth of coaches. This gentleman's been a coach here, 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 and I've been denied twice by the program. This year, which I'm more than qualified for, and he's more than qualified for, and I was also denied to coach my daughter in rec, go figure, by a guy who didn't even have a daughter in the program, and his assistant was his 16-year-old daughter. Now, how does he block me from coaching? I speak to the rec department about several issues. Their reply is, oh, they wouldn't do such a thing. Well, they need to be seriously looked at. Everything's unfair. Anything to add to that? Now I moved to Rockaway for my kids, for recreation, and it's being taken away from me. Nothing's fair in this program. There's no oversight, there's no transparency, and that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public that wish to speak? Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 8, ordinance for introduction O-22-17, an ordinance amending Chapter 5, Article 5, entitled Peddlers, Canvassers, Solicitors, and Mobile Food Vendors of the Revised General Ordinances of the Township of Rockaway, and particularly Sections 5-5.6D. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes.
President Kretz.
Yes, that is 7 yeses, motion passes. Agenda item number 9, ordinances for final adoption. Ordinance amending, O-22-15, an ordinance amending the salaries of certain officials and employees of the Township of Rockaway in the County of Morris. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, before we move on, are there any members of the public that wish to speak regarding this specific ordinance? Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes.
President Kretz.
Yes, that is 7 yeses, motion, ordinance passes. O-22-16, an ordinance amending the salaries of certain officials and employees of the Township of Rockaway in the County of Morris. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Is there anybody from the public that wishes to speak on this ordinance? Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes.
President Kretz.
Yes, that is 7 yeses, ordinance passes. Okay, now for agenda items number 10 and 11. 10 is the consent agenda. 11 has 2 resolutions that were added after the consent agenda was drafted. Mr. Yashifano, I'd like to add, if I want to add those 2 resolutions from item 11 to the consent agenda, do I need a motion to do that, or can I just do it by?
You do need a motion.
Okay.
Second motion. However, for simple matters like this, I would respectfully suggest that we pass them by acclamation. In other words, it won't be necessary to take a roll call.
Okay.
You'd simply ask the council all in favor and proceed from there.
So I'd like to make a motion to move item agenda 11 folded into agenda item number 10. Can I have a second?
Second.
Anybody opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, agenda item number 10, consent agenda. R-22-125, B, R-22-126, C, R-22-127, D, R-22-128, E, R-22-129, F, R-22-130, G, R-22-131, H, R-22-132, I, R-22-133. Clerk, what I'm going to call J is going to be R-22-134, and then K, which is R-22-135.
Council President,
Yes.
just question on R-22-132 for the administration.
Yes.
Again, since I guess we've rejected all bids, and I think there were 2 that came in, what's our next step on this? Are we reissuing the bid, or are we just holding it? In the fall. Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion?
Forgive me, I don't have a motion or a
Yeah,
second.
we didn't take a motion. So the motion to pass the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes.
President Kretz.
Yes, agenda passes. Moving on to council appointments. Raj Patel, Company 4 Junior Firefighter. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion for Raj.
I'll second.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Quinn,
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
Councilman Salber,
Yes.
Vice President Sackett,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, 7 yeses, congratulations. Old business, new business, and reports. Again, I'll ask to keep it to 5 minutes if we can. Councilman Vojtovich.
Well, we had, Councilwoman Noon, she's inquired about the mobile DMV, and I stopped by here. It was great success. I had a lot of residents that were coming into the building here, and Dave Dyer did a great job setting the whole thing up. He spoke to the manager. His name skips me right now. I think it was Al. And he loved, he said the setup was great. He can't wait to come back. The residents were happy, and I hope we invite them back again. Also, I saw the email from Mrs. Pat Seeger about the budget update mid-year. And one thing I saw was that so far, I think we used up 81% of the fuel cost. So I was just inquiring, or would like to inquire, to see if any employees in the township here get any take-home cars or anything like that, so we can maybe curb the usage of fuel, and once the fuel prices drop, maybe we could reinstate that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Noon?
Yes, just to ditto about the mobile DMV unit, was a great success, a lot of good feedback from the residents. I know when Dave posted it, in less than 24 hours, all the appointments were booked, which was great. Didn't get any negative feedback from residents. Dave said that there were a lot of positive feedback from the mobile DMV employees, that they had, really smooth, time here, and they enjoyed it very much. And that's it. Everybody have a great, safe rest of their summer.
Thanks. Councilman Friedlander?
Okay, just a couple things. Again, this past weekend, we had the open house at the Historical Society, the Ford Face House. But for August, it's on Sundays, 1 to 3. Last month, it was Saturdays. And people are still showing up, and, we're trying to do a full summer, because pretty soon, if we accept some of the bids that are coming in, the building will be closed for renovations due to our grants that we received. So that's a positive. Library, all the programs are going real smooth, and the participation with parents and kids. The last one, they had over 50 kids present. They're doing a great job in the library. And if you follow their website, October, which I'll bring up again, we're having an author who happens to be from Rockaway, and I mentioned once before, Paranormal. It's unbelievable, and he'll be there with his book, signing it, and very interesting if you're not doing anything in October. And I think it was said last meeting, but I'm not sure because I'm still on vacation mode. White Meadow Lake Parade for the July. I want to thank everybody involved in White Meadow Lake. Great 4 days. And I want to thank the council and the mayor for showing up that day. It's important that people see other councilmen from other districts come down and then support that part of the town. And that is it.
Thanks. Councilman Quinn?
Thank you. Well, I'm glad to see Peterson Field coming along beautifully. It's on time, on budget, and looking forward to getting the kids on that field. A lot of parents are ready to go. Also, cheerleading and football, they're practicing, although this weather didn't help a lot tonight. But one of the complaints that I did receive was that the Dwyer School, and I asked Dave to check on this, they're not cutting the grass, and the cheerleaders are trying to do cartwheels and everything, and the bees are by the flowers and all that. Somebody's going to get stung. I don't know why they can't go inside the school, but that's another issue that we'll have to deal with the Board of Ed. And I know football, the boys are practicing over at Birchwood and DBO. And the little flag football is getting ready to start. My grandson's going to be doing that one. So it's going to be fun to watch. Other than that, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy the rest of the summer. Thank you.
Councilman Solberg?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, nothing in particular from the Board of Commissioners, specifically regarding Rockaway, but they did announce their 9/11 commemoration that will be coming soon. They will be holding it Sunday, September 11th at 6 p.m. at the Morris County Memorial on West Hanover Ave in Par Troy, and they did invite all Morris County residents to attend. There will be several speakers. I believe it is, again, the 21st anniversary. Secondly, in this, I'm not sure if this is resident question or for the town, but in the last few days I've been receiving complaints from residents on Megan's Road in Telemark. Seems that the weeds are encroaching tighter and tighter, constricting the road. We've had a few near misses on oncoming cars. So, I took a look at it. It's definitely, coming over. But again, I don't know if this is the responsibility of the homeowners or is it our responsibility to cut these back to create a safe traffic situation. So I was hoping maybe we could have someone just take a look at that. It's the first entrance to Megan's just past Company 1. All right. Beyond that, again, it was wonderful being part of the White Meadow Lake Parade. Again, it's the second year I've been able to join that, and I look forward to it moving forward. Other than that, everyone have a safe rest of your summer. Thank you.
Council Vice President?
Thank you, Council President. As Councilman Quinn mentioned, football cheerleading started last Monday. They were out there practicing today in the rain, so practice will run late tonight. Pep Rally is September 2nd. I was over at Peterson earlier. Field looks great. Unbelievable. People are hounding me, when are we opening? And I could tell just the work being done. It's ahead of schedule. I remember we said November, and it's ahead of schedule. It looks great. The courts still look great. I was shooting on there earlier, so it looks great. And just good to see things moving along. When people work together, you can accomplish great things. Thank you.
Thanks. For my report, speaking of, I wanted to call out specifically Councilwoman Noon and her efforts to get the mobile DMV here. Sometimes.
Closer to your mic.
Sorry. I wanted to call out and give kudos to Councilwoman Noon with the mobile DMV. So, what do your council members do for you? They do a lot. That's just one great example. I know a lot of people had to help, but she was really the driving force behind that, so thank you. With the transmission lines going down in Wharton today, again, a lot of the things that people don't see, I was here early tonight, and I got to witness the communication between Ms. Seeger and GCP&L, and its constant communications, and what they communicated came to be. I think everybody at this point should have power restored, so major transmission lines down across Route 80 and power's back. So it was just interesting to see. I had never really been able to witness that before, so good job there. Again, Peterson, something else to call out. I had some concerns about some of the timing last week. I contacted Ms. Seeger after hours when she was done with work. She met me there, and we spent an hour walking through and addressing concerns. The follow-up has been spectacular, and whatever commitments that she made have so far come to be. So there's a tremendous amount of work going on there. Other than that, it's just awesome to see that field when you drive by on Fleetwood. It's about time. By the time we have our next meeting, school will be back in session. I know that there is a tremendous amount of work going on right now with the Board of Ed. I actually sat down today with the new superintendent, Dr. Corbett. It was a really good discussion with him. I am anticipating great things in the coming year, hopefully our first normal school year in 3 years. So again, keep an eye out for the kids. And then, just like everybody else said, White Meadow Lake, I finally got to participate in my first parade. It's really awesome to see, everything that's going on. And it kind of hit home. For the first time, we dropped the kids off there one night. And, the kids have cell phones and things. And my wife said, and she goes, listen, if you need something, she goes, just look around you. She's like, everybody there. There's always somebody who, would be able to help. And it's like, it really is a really nice community event. So, good job there. And is all I have. Mr. Yachafano.
Thank you, Council President. Very briefly, the last of the two civil suits filed by Mr. Kelly against then Council President, now Mayor Jackson, and former Mayor Puzio should come up before the court by the end of September, and we are looking for a dismissal of that matter as well. I also want to report to the council that I've been working hard with our new municipal clerk, Everett Fault, to improve the functioning of the clerk's office. I will report to the council that Everett has been cooperative in every respect and is really working tirelessly to get the clerk's office functioning where it should be. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I have a few things. So a couple of recognitions. Last week, we had a longtime employee, Kelly Rumble, retire. Definitely a loss to our construction department. They had a little event for her, came and read a proclamation to her, so she'll definitely be missed. For those of you who saw it this weekend, a young girl working at Primo Hoagie's, Danielle, saved the customer's life. The customer was choking, couldn't breathe. She gave the customer a Heimlich maneuver and saved her life. So tonight before the meeting, my wife and I went over there and I gave her a little letter. I wrote up a little letter about her and what she did and, you know, how she made a difference in some. She didn't just stand by and watch. She I don't know, she looked maybe 18. She's probably older, but she looked like a young girl. And she said she just reacted and did what she had to do. So I wanted to recognize that. And then along with the small business recognitions we do, this month we're recognizing Caruso Della Ventura Home Improvements. They're based in Rockaway Township. The company's been in business for 2 years. It's owned by Devin Caruso and Pete Della Ventura. The company specializes in home remodeling, kitchen, bathrooms, decks, all types of flooring, as well as siding. They also do glass work, frameless shower enclosures, custom mirrors, windows, and offer free estimates. They have a LinkedIn account, that'll all be, or Instagram account, that'll all be listed in the post. Most notably to point out, Devin Caruso is a Morris Hills graduate and a member of the 2018 State Football Championship team. So local business, local kid, good stuff for Rockaway. Talked about the mobile DMV. I think that was great. Councilman Noon, Mr. Dyer, and Senator Bucco actually were very instrumental in making it happen, so I'd like to thank all those. I posted Saturday, the Italian-American Police Society did a fundraiser collecting school supplies for children in need at ShopRite in Rockaway. It's a great event. They collect a lot of stuff. Former Mayor Puzio was there. Actually went to the Friday before the parade to the White Meadow Lake Festival and had been there before, but never been there on a Friday night. And my wife and I and a couple of friends went out on the deck, got a couple of really cheap drinks. Like, I was surprised how cheap the drinks were, and sat out there overlooking the water, and it was like incredible. Just a great atmosphere. And I was talking to Mr. Alardi about it later on. He's like, you can come any night the bar's open. You can come and bring your, open to the public, bring your own food, buy the drinks from them, and they're cheap. And it's just beautiful there. So I'd highly recommend that. The parade was great. I think what was moving to me was at the end of it, the Boy Scouts do a flag ceremony where I guess they take down last year's flag and put up a new flag. And I thought that was really special and brought home the whole thing for me. Some upcoming events. We did such a good job with the mobile DMV. We're exploring with the county clerk's office having a passport event in the building. So people come and renew or get a passport through appointment. So we're working with the county clerk's office. Thanks, our Councilman Quinn, for hooking us up with that. There was a posting on the senior picnic, September 8th at Craigmere. Council members are welcome to attend. The rain date's the next day on Friday. Unico is doing their annual charity motorcycle ride on August 22nd. It starts in the upper lot at Peterson at 8:30. All the monies raised in that event will go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So definitely an event you should look into. I had a couple of meetings this month. One, we actually met with the superintendent of schools, Dr. Corbett. Him and I started broaching the topic of shared services, things we could do together. He seems to be a big proponent of it. So I think we're gonna, I'm gonna schedule a follow-up meeting with him and stay in close contact with him. And I also met with Chief Russo and Fire Director Heitzelman. We kind of had a meeting to just kind of talk about emergency services in Rockaway, the state of the fleet, things like that. So it was a very good meeting. So overall, a busy month, so I wish everybody happy rest of your summer. I don't think we meet before Labor Day, so I hope everybody has a good Labor Day. And I know there's at least 2 people up there can't wait to get their kids back in school, so, So, thanks.
Ms. Seeger?
Yes, I just wanted to address Councilman Salzberg's. We had, we do take care of that. It's a roadside cutter, and our new roadside cutter is in for warranty work. So we didn't get rid of the old one, so they just replaced that, what they needed to do for that, and it's back on the road, and yes, they are behind, but they will get to it.
Great, thank you.
And everybody have a nice Labor Day.
Ms. Palmer?
I have no report tonight, thank you.
Mr. Dyer?
Good evening. Real quick on Peterson Field, I just got an update from the engineering department, and the field is 80% done. Looks like it's 100% done, but it's 80% done. They're just waiting to see if some points settle, and that should be done quickly. The basketball and pickleball court lights are being tested as we speak to come back on live. They might even be on by the end of this meeting. Later this week, they're working on the new lights to come online. And Monday, curbing will start, and then soon after that, the paving. So I was also told to get the message out that it's extremely important that no one goes over there because there's a lot of live wires, and stay away from the area. But like you guys said, that I think once we get past this turf, it's going to fly. I know our next meeting is the middle of September. Hopefully, we'll be talking about cutting a ribbon. I addressed the Dwyer issue with the grass. That should be taken care of. And as far as the Board of Education goes, they're kind enough to let us use their schools for our summer camp program in July. And August, they kind of shut down and strip the floors and get ready for the school year. So we give them, they're kind enough to let us use it. So that's really why we stay away in August. That's all I have.
Hey, real quick, the Unico ride is actually August 28th, not 22nd. Sorry about that.
Chief?
We've been busy, but nothing we can't handle. We've put a special emphasis upon traffic safety with the complaints about speeders. Since our last meeting, we've run 62 radar details, 41 of those within White Meadow Lake, trying to slow everyone down. My one commercial for today is the PAL will be having their Black Angus prime rib dinner on September 10th. That'll be before the next council meeting. That'll be up at the Elks Lodge and in Mount Arlington. And what they're doing is asking everyone to RSVP by August 31st so they can make sure that they have enough food. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Mr. Coward?
Councilman Salberg raised the point about Park Lake. Recent bid openings have been challenging, and we're doing what we can to add more time to the bids, to cast the net as wide as we can, to make them as competitive as we can. One of the resolutions on tonight also approved some different approaches to using capital money to make it go as far as it can possibly go with, asphalt prices and things where they are. So we're trying to be as reactive as we can and proactive where we can be. And for the bids that are opening over the coming months, or in the coming months, we will be putting a little bit of space between us and this very competitive, not competitive time where we're getting poor numbers. We're going to be trying to get a little space so we get better numbers moving forward. There will be a lot of openings in the coming weeks, and you'll all be reviewing those in September and October, and hopefully things take a turn for the better. But thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting is September 13th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good chief.
Chief.